Hello students, welcome to my YouTube channel Chemistry Tricks. Today I am going to discuss about some properties of thermodynamics. So without wasting more time, let's start the video. So properties of thermodynamics. If we consider the properties of thermodynamics, we found two types of property. Basically, two types of property we get. Number one is extensive property, and number two is intensive property. Okay guys, so properties of thermodynamics are of two types. Number one is extensive property and number two is intensive property. Okay, what is, now we'll discuss about extensive property. Okay, so what is extensive property? Extensive property is such a property that depends on mass or the amount of the matter. Okay, so extensive property sorry students, my phone was ringing. Extensive property. Now we will discuss about the extensive property. Extensive property are the properties that depend upon mass or amount of matter. Okay, and intensive property is properties that depends upon, does not depend upon amount of matter. Okay, students, so intensive properties that does not depend upon the amount of matter is called intensive property. Now some tricks and some examples will be discussed right now. You can take your copy to write down all these things. Okay, some properties here, like if we write here examples of extensive property. Heat, okay, volume, and next comes heat kinds of like heat likes of enthalpy, heat capacity, वगैरह etc. And intensive property examples, what are those? Some example of intensive properties are like molar heat capacity, density, Here you can exemplify density as intensive property, because density of a liquid or any state, density actually depends on the amount of matter. Okay, so density is not same throughout the wall. If you pour a gas into a room or any closed system, then the density of each portion will not be same. Okay, so it's little bit it's totally depends on the amount of matter. Okay, heat capacity, and next comes molar enthalpy, molar entropy, refractive index, वगैरह वगैरह etc. Okay, here you can see the volume, heat, volume, entropy, the terms of heat. Actually all these are under extensive property. Why those are in extensive property? Actually heat depends upon the mass or amount of matter. Okay, mass is also here extensive property, I forgot to write. Okay, so it was the preliminary idea about the extensive property and intensive property. Now some discussion regarding this will be going on. Just write down all this for better knowledge. I think you have completed your writing. I'm going to my next step. We are discussing about the extensive property and intensive property. Now we will discuss about the relation between extensive property and intensive property. Okay, if two properties are found to be extensive property, then the ratio of two extensive property will be intensive property. That means E by E is equal to I. Okay, for example, suppose some mass by volume. Mass is extensive property, volume is extensive property, then the ratio of extensive and extensive is intensive property. Okay guys, concentration means moles per liter. Here mole per liter, that is extensive by extensive is equal to intensive. So concentration is intensive property. Intensive so note down all this, students. Here all the molar heat capacity, molar enthalpy, molar entropy, all these are under intensive property, and extensive property is heat. Okay, moles under extensive property, number of mole. Okay, volume, mass, etc. Bagera bagera. Okay, so it was a small tricks and idea about the properties of thermodynamics regarding extensive property and intensive property. I hope this video will help you a lot to understand properly. If you like this video, please press the like button and don't forget to share and subscribe my channel. Thank you very much.